Would you believe me if I said this entire patio refresh, the cleaning, the staining, the decor cost less than one outdoor item at HomeSense? In today's video, we're hacking a $12 accent table, turning a $3 shower curtain into custom pillows, and DIYing some high-end items all from the dollar store and thrift finds. If you think your patio is too small or too dated to look good, stick around. And don't miss the hack at the end that will save you almost $100. If you missed last week's video, I went through every single outdoor aisle at Dollarama and the thrift store and found 25 pieces that look so expensive nobody would ever guess where they came from. I'll link that video right here. But before I could start decorating, this patio needed some serious attention. After a long Newfoundland winter, everything was looking tired, weathered, and a little neglected. I started by cleaning the wood with Olympic Premium Deck Cleaner I picked up at Home Depot for about $20, and it does not need to be diluted. I also picked up a pressure sprayer for $5 at Dollarama. All you have to do is wet the wood. I used a pressure washer, but a garden hose will work fine. Pump the spray bottle a few times and then spray directly on the wood with the cleaner. The instructions say to wait 5 to 10 minutes before washing it off, but guys, I could see a difference right away. In fact, while I waited for the 10 minutes to be up on one side, I sprayed the other. The entire process took about 20 minutes, and I could not believe the difference it made. So then you have to wait at least 24 hours before staining. So for the stain, I wanted something bright, but also something with gray undertones because I'm not staining the floor of the deck just yet. So I did want a stain that would show a high contrast from the floor. I chose Bare Cape Cod Gray in semi-transparent, also from Home Depot, and just use a small brush and roller to apply it. I love how it gives an almost whitewashed look to the deck, definitely keeping with my coastal vibes. Once that was complete, it was time for the fun stuff. So first I want to lay down my rug. I picked this one up at Costco a couple of years back. It was about 20 bucks. I think they're up there again now. I just find a rug really defines the space and gives something nice underfoot. I also have these pot holders with the wheels that I picked up from Dollarama I spoke about in my video. They are fantastic for large pots. It makes them so easy to carry around. I did need some new large planters this year because mine broke over the winter. So I picked these ones up at Walmart, and guys, the pots that they have at Walmart this year are unbelievable. I'll be posting that in a following video, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that. And then my patio set is also from Walmart. So the pots that I got at Walmart were $25 each, and the patio set is actually on sale right now. We've had it for a couple of years now, and it has held up great. I love it. I love the dark wicker and the navy blue, which also goes with my coastal vibes. So once all that was in place, I wanted to start filling my large planters. So to fill in the large pots, I used some styrofoam that we had left over and some pool noodles just to fill up the space so I wouldn't have to use so much potting soil. Then I just used the potting soil I already had in my broken pots from last year and fill those in. Later in the year, when I get fresh flowers, I'll definitely be adding some fresh potting soil to make it look even better. But right now, this one is going to work fine for me. So once I have my pots filled up, I bought these hurricane lanterns at Dollarama. They've been in a couple of videos now because I absolutely love them and I couldn't wait to put them outside. So I put those right in the middle for a statement piece. And then I picked up some fake flowers at Dollarama, some pansies, and some lavender sprigs. And I know what you're going to say about fake flowers. However, the weather in Newfoundland isn't conducive to planting real annuals outside until after Father's Day, which is the middle of June. So for now, I'm just going to do some fake flowers until the weather gets better and I can put in some real ones. They definitely add a nice pop of color. Then I got these solar fairy lights at Dollarama this year, which I thought would be a perfect addition to these glass lanterns. So I'm just going to poke those in there. And then the solar part has a stake that attaches to it. And I'm just going to put that right in the back of the planter so it's facing the sun, but not in plain view. Then I also found these little jade sprigs that hang down. I always love something that hangs over the pot a little bit, so I added those in for some extra interest. And I'm going to do that on each side, and I just love how this turned out. It looks so pretty in the nighttime lit up as well. We are on to our first thrift find. So I bought these metal flowers at the thrift store. I was going to spray paint them, but I really liked the dark color with the darker furniture, so I decided to leave them alone in the end. I'm just going to use some screw-in hooks and put those on the back wall of the patio. And I'm going to do them at various heights just to create some interest there for a focal point. Then I also found these really cute flower solar lights at Dollarama. So I'm going to add those in the middle, again at various heights, just to create a nice focal point on the patio. And while I love this, I still wanted something in the far corner. So I got creative. I found these wooden stakes, cedar stakes at Dollarama. You can get the smaller ones for $2.50 and then the large 6-foot ones, two in a pack for $5. And I'm going to make a DIY ladder. So the smaller ones I marked off at 15 inches to cut those, and then the larger ones are going to be the large rungs of the ladder. So I just marked them with a pencil where I wanted the rungs to go. Then I just took little finishing nails and hammered them right in. I thought this was so cute for a little blanket ladder. You could easily stain it if you wanted to. I left it the natural cedar color, but I thought it would be so cute to decorate. I also found all this decor at Dollarama. So they had these cute little pots for $3.50. I decided to hang those at various heights, and then I'm going to add some cute gardening things into it to make a little garden center. So I have these cute little garden tools that I got at Dollarama. Also this watering can. I'm just going to use an S hook to hang it right on the ladder. I love the green color to tie in with the accent colors of the patio. Then I got these really cute lemon gardening gloves, again at Dollarama for $2. And I'm going to add those to the watering can. And then to create a little bit of movement and various layers, I also got this hanging flower from Dollarama with the little yellow flowers on it. And I'm just going to put this in another one of those planters as well. Then to finalize it, of course, we need a blanket. So I have this really cute beach towel slash beach throw, and I'm just going to hang that on the last rung to add some texture and some interest to the blanket ladder. I just thought this was such a cute little way to add a little gardening center with all the tools right there that you need. So for my next find, I picked up some of these planters at Dollarama. I'm going to fill these completely fill with topsoil just because I want them to be weighted. And so for the flowers in these, I took some hydrangeas from Dollarama, 3 different sets, and I'm just going to zip tie them together at various heights to create like a hydrangea tree that you see all over HomeSense and Pottery Barn and all the websites. So once they're done, they're together at various heights, I'm just going to use some floral tape to cover up the twist ties. Then I'm going to put those directly into the pot, spread them out a little bit, and then I got these really cute solar puck lights at Dollarama as well. So I'm going to pop them right in the soil, and they'll give some nice uplight and really highlight the flowers in the evening. Okay, so what is a patio without some cushions? I found this beautiful vintage inspired shower curtain at the thrift store for $3, and it was the perfect design to create some very cottage core pillow covers. So I just eyeballed it with a pillow that I already had. The patio pillows I had were kind of dingy and just needed a refresh. Then I just turned the fabric inside out, and I just hot glued the edges and the middle. So I wanted to do these cushion covers like an envelope style because I wanted the floral pattern to be on the top and the bottom. Once I had the seam all glued, I flipped it inside out. And then on the little holes where the shower hooks would normally go, I got these really cute little wooden buttons at Dollarama. So I just glued those there to hide the holes. Then for the outside edge, I'm going to tuck in one part of the fabric so that you don't see the cut edge and it looks like a really nice even seam. I love how these vintage pillows turned out. I also had these navy blue pillows that were really after fading in the sun, so I wanted to give them a little update. I just took some painter's tape, created a couple of stripes right down the center so that I would have 2 stripes on each side. I measured it out with a ruler to make sure that the stripes were equal width. And then I just took some chalk paint and painted right in between the painter's tape. I've seen these nautical stripe pillows everywhere. They're on Pottery Barn, everywhere. And this was just such an easy refresh for these pillows. And I just added the chalk paint with a sponge. And then once you have your stripes painted and the paint is still wet, you want to take the painter's tape off and you will have perfectly crisp white stripes. For our next one, this pillowcase, again, it wasn't really matching everything that I had going on, and it was after getting really stained. So I just found this burlap ribbon at the dollar store. I'm going to cut off a bunch of strips, all the same width. And then I'm just going to start on the bottom and I'm going to start hot gluing the burlap strips directly onto the pillowcase. For the first row, I did 2 strips of burlap because you were able to see the print of the pillow behind the first one. So I doubled up on the first layer with 2 strips of burlap. Then every layer after that, I just added directly on top of the previous burlap. I'll be showing you all my favorite DIYs in next week's video, so make sure you hit that subscribe button. You do not want to miss it. And if you're enjoying this video, please leave a comment to let me know which of these DIYs you'll be trying and what decor finds you'll be getting. I loved how all my pillows turned out. It really updated the space and gave it that nice cottage coastal feel, but I still needed some decor for the table. I had seen these solar lamps everywhere at HomeSense and I love them, but I did not want to pay $25 for one. Instead, I ran down to Dollarama. I found this beautiful little basket for $2.50, some terracotta pot trays, and this beautiful glass solar light. So I just used some black and white acrylic paint to match the gray of the solar light, and I painted one of the terracotta bases in the gray. While that was drying, I took my little basket, cut out part of the top of the basket, enough for the solar lamp to be able to come through. Then I just added some hot glue inside the basket, flipped up the cap of the solar light, and glued it right in place. Then I'm going to take my solar light, add some E6000, and attach it directly to the terracotta base. Then once everything dried, I put the light back together and we have this beautiful solar lamp. So this silver tray was also a Dollarama find, and here's our other thrift find, our light up tulips. And I have posted a link to these on my site so that you can buy light up tulips as well because they are beautiful. I love how the seating area came together. It's like an extension of our home. So cozy, and I can't wait to sit out and enjoy it. But that's not everything. We still have another area to decorate. So I also have this lounge area that I love on my patio. The loungers I actually got from Dominion a long time ago. They've been here for a long time. So I got these 2 pots at Dollarama. I'm just going to turn one upside down, add the other one on top, and it's going to create a little accent table for in between. I also have little planters. I'm going to use them. I'm going to put one on each arm of the lounger, and they are going to be perfect little cup holders. So then if you have a drink and you need somewhere to lay it, you have a cup holder right next to you. And in my little table, here is another thrift find. I got a cute little ice bucket at the thrift store. It fits perfectly into the table. And so then you can have some ice for your drinks as well. Then the tray can go on top for a little table, or you can have your cup holder. Cheers, guys. This patio refresh turned out even better than I expected. I can't wait to sit out here with a coffee and a good book on a nice summer's day. And all we need now is the weather. Let me know in the comments which find was your favorite now that you've seen them styled. And if you want more step-by-step DIYs, that video is coming next week, so make sure to subscribe. If you want even more inspiration on budget home decor hacks, check out this next video. See you in the next one.